Well, welcome to another episode of Insurance Gone Wild. I am your host, Dennis Settlemeyer, and this is my lovely co-host,
Stephanie Lencioni.
Stephanie
Lencioni.
What are we talking about today? A hair?
Who is she? So it always just
probably the mascot down there on the floor.
I don't know. That looks, I don't know. Right. Every time I'd pull a hair off my husband, clearly it's, I don't know, 99% mine. I'm like, who is she? Anyway, it's fun to be married to me is all I can say.
Yeah.
Poor guy.
Yeah.
Okay, so today...
That's what my text always say, poor Brian.
Poor Brian. That is true. That is what they say. He's doing just fine. Yeah. So he's doing just fine. No complaints. Not too many complaints in the comment box thus far.
All right.
Okay, so topic for today.
As far as she knows. Anyway, what?
I review the comment section, the comment box daily.
Okay, all right.
Daily.
All right.
Worst day in insurance. What does that look like? What does that mean? Go.
Man, that could be a lot of things.
Exactly.
Usually what happens to us is we have somebody ask us, hey, how can I say it? We get questions or comments maybe about insurance that, well, I had this claim and the insurance company said this, and this, and they, at the end of the day, they didn't pay. Or I had a friend that something happened to, or whatever it may be. And, filtering that through my mind, what I'm listening to, going, I think there was, yeah. And sometimes I go, I don't understand that. I mean, based on what you're telling me, I don't know why it wasn't paid.
Right.
I just don't get it.
At that point, it's the telephone game mixed in with the fact that people don't have the correct concept and understanding of insurance.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, that truly, I'm like, based on what you've told me, that really doesn't make sense to me, but there's got to be other information that you because a lot of the time too, it's also my friend, my son, my this, my that. Uh-huh. So it's not even something that happened to them directly. It's something that happened to somebody that they knew.
Yeah.
So again, it's this telephone game gone awry. I had one of those where they were talking about how a certain company handled their son's auto claim. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, I have to tell you, there's not enough information, or not enough of the correct information, or not enough of the important information. Yeah, whatever it is, it's just...
And here's the thing. I love those conversations. It's just that I'm filtering it through what I know how insurance works versus on what I'm hearing somebody telling me going, that doesn't make sense.
It just doesn't make sense. And then there are times where...
It doesn't make sense.
It doesn't make sense. And they have all of the correct information. Yeah. And then you listen, and we've seen it.
Yeah.
We have seen it firsthand. And you're like, wow, that got weird pretty fast, didn't it?
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay.
We have Company X, which does not pay for roofs 99% of the time in North Texas.
There are more companies going into that category.
But Company X, and they go, well, they didn't pay for my roof. And I'm like, that makes sense. That makes perfect sense to me.
I don't need any more information. Nailed it.
You already told me the name of the company. I got it. I know that homeowners company.
Be covered. Yeah.
Their auto's fine. Their homeowners, not so much. So, and we have Company X that we represent, but we wouldn't rent a doghouse through them. At least I wouldn't.
Well, not totally true. We've got a couple clients on there. I will say.
I did not write them.
No, but that was.
I know who wrote them, and it was not me.
Yeah, but I will say, again, they were written. So some of them are personal, like just long time friends. And they actually just had a huge claim, like they literally a large loss claim.
Yeah.
And I have to tell you, shocked at how well this claim is so far being handled.
Well, we had one with Company X that was a roof claim.
So the roof is different. So this is a water claim, which is different than a roof claim.
The roof claim. Company X does not like to pay for roofs.
No,
they'll do whatever they can to get out a roof. We prepped the client that company X, you realize we told you whenever we wrote this, and you were like, that's okay, we'll take the risk. All right. And they remembered, they were cool with it. And we're like, well, company X is probably going to give you a fight, so let's just get ready for it. A roofer went out there to look at it, and company X, their claims adjuster, was going out of the country. And evidently he didn't want anything on his plate. So he rubber stamped it, got it paid, and the roofer's getting it on and may have already put it on and gotten paid. May have gotten paid on it already. But it is so far outside the norm for company X to do that.
That's rare. Yeah. Everybody was absolutely
shocked.
And to your point, like, ready to go for the fight, ready to go to battle.
Yeah.
But then I will say, so, I mean, truly, this is within a month, maybe a month and a half for these two claims. And we don't have very many clients with this specific company. But I will tell you, those last two claims, and this one, the large loss one with the water damage, we are still so in the thick of it. Like it happened last week. And so it's just, I mean, it's such a process. Yeah. Okay. It's such a process. But so far they're doing all the right things by the client and everything else. So, and from an agent standpoint, that is just do the right thing by the client. Cause God, that just, it just makes life really for everyone a whole lot easier. Don't pay. If insurance companies would stop paying for stuff that they shouldn't pay for, they would have plenty of money to pay for the things that they should pay for. That is truly, I wholeheartedly believe, quit paying for the bullshit. Start paying for the real shit. Yeah,
I agree. They pay for some stuff that you go, what? You paid for that?
So stupid. But because it's in some, it's just so frustrating. And who gets hurt is, I mean, it's just the clients. Well, and I will tell you the agents do too, because then that is a bad day when you have to listen to the client.
And I know our podcast is geared toward the consumer, but company Y, the other one that doesn't like to pay for roofs.
There's so many though, but yeah. Right now,
but you know who company Y is.
Yeah.
They have a class action lawsuit against them.
Really? Is that new?
Yes.
Thank God. They've already smeared their name and completely destroyed it.
They've hurt their reputation very, very badly.
It was nuts. You would have people who were generational.
Sorry, folks. We normally don't talk about this kind of stuff.
Generational insureds. It was family. Yeah. Even more so than...
don't give too much away. But yeah.
But there are a couple that are like that.
Yeah.
But so here's the point though. If I can't say we're generational and you're like, don't give it away, that's because of a great reputation that they built over all of the years, and they destroyed it.
Because they've taken on the McKinsey Group's idea of how to do business. McKinsey Group is a consulting firm that was contracted with Company X to do
back in the early 2000s.
Early 2000s to figure out how to save money, and one of the ways was make a profit. One of the major ways was don't pay claims. It's cheaper to pay fines and fees than it is to pay claims. And there's been books written about it. They've appeared before Congress a number of times to explain themselves, and they're still in business and they're still popular because they're cheap.
Yeah.
Because they're cheap.
Yeah.
And we don't like to write through them, but we have them, but we don't like to write through them.
It is definitely a last resort.
Now, I will tell you that sometimes landlords, if you're a landlord, a lot of landlords, especially those that have multiple properties, they're willing to take the risk. That's fine. We'll write it through Company X for the rental home stuff.
Right.
But we explain to them what's going on. They're like, yeah, that's fine. I got somebody that can put a roof on for
little to nothing.
$500. I'm making that number up, but you get what I'm saying.
But yeah,
they don't care, and so we'll write those all day long because you understand what the risk is.
Right.
But somebody hey, I've inherited this, and I want to turn it into a rental home. They don't understand rental homes. I'm like, I need to stay away from Company X. You need to go with one of these other companies that it's going to be a little bit more, but you're going to have a much better claims experience
Yeah.
because this is something you don't really do. Whereas an investor that has multiple rental homes, they understand the risk and everything. They don't care. I mean, we've got people with 10, 15 rental homes. They just want cheap.
Right.
They just want cheap. I get it. I mean, if I was doing it, I'd probably be the same way. But
again, it goes back to understand the risk.
Yeah.
And then take on the risk that you're willing to take on.
Are you willing to pay another $100 a month for more peace of mind? But if you're paying an extra $100 a month and you've got 15 rental homes, what's 100 times 15?
Well, I was just going to say that's $18,000 a year.
It's $1,500 a month, right?
Camping again.
How much can you save by dropping it $100 a month?
Right.
So it makes sense for an investor like that. But
Sure.
for somebody who has one rental home, slow down, folks. Cheaper is not the same. Okay.
Well, no, it's cheaper.
It's just cheaper.
So it's not the same. It's cheaper.
Yeah.
Okay. So going back to the topic of bad day in the life of an insurance agent, I would say
A bad day in the life of an insurance agent, or just bad day in life in insurance? Could be a client too.
Oh, well, I guess I'm going more from the agent's perspective.
Okay.
So there's that. Client calls you. We had a death in the family. What does their life insurance policy look like?
Ooh.
Answer.
They didn't have
What life insurance policy?
Not through me. They didn't have it through me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've had that call.
That has to be one of the worst. I think that could be the worst
folks,
day ever.
I'll tell you, that is one of the hardest answers to give. Life insurance is more important than any. We talk about all other insurances. It is the most important insurance that somebody can have. You don't even have to have a lot. You don't have to have the $1 million, $2 million policies. Have something, because guess what? We're going to get your agent. You're going to be reaching out to somebody to say, hey, do they have any life insurance? They passed away. Not through me. That's hard to do because, we're humans. We've experienced death in the family and things like that. That's a tough answer to give, but it's even a tougher answer to receive. Right? They didn't have any. Not through me.
Yeah.
They may have had it somewhere else, but not through me.
Yeah.
Well, how do we find out? And we've talked about how do you find out before. But
Yep. And what I would say, when we talk to our clients about life insurance, and sometimes the family, if you have small children and you make a decent, quite honestly, even if you don't make a decent living, but if you've got a family and you're making a living, it's a decent living. But in the millions with young children is not an overshoot for what kind of money you need. God forbid you were to pass away tomorrow. So now it can be off-putting for the client. It can be kind of sticker shock, not for the price, but just for the amount where they're like, I make $50,000 a year. What do you mean I need $1 million or $2 million? Well, let's go through how many more working years you have and this, and all the things. But then from
the kids,
kids, like, what are you looking to do? Does the wife work? How many kids do you have? And again, the ages and things like that. But what I always focus on is you don't have to get everything. Like, just because this is the number that would fully cover, God forbid something happen, I would rather show up, again, God forbid, to your home with a check that's not enough, opposed to no check. Because at that point, $250,000, $500,000, that's a game changer for your family. That is an immediate, nobody's moving out of a house. Everybody can mourn the loss of what's happened, because if we have small children, then it's an unexpected death, right? I mean, we're not talking about an 87-year-old who has lived their life and moved on.
Sure.
So anyway, I would say that I think that tops the cake. So not to make it a depressing conversation.
Where are we going to go from there?
Well, I think alien abduction is really the only next step that we can go. So
that's a bad day in the life of an agent, is alien abduction.
Well, you know what? Maybe that's actually a really good day for the agent because how fun.
Who's being abducted? Hopefully it's the agent.
That's true. So one of the things
it's the probing that I'm looking forward to.
Jeez. Catch us on our other podcast, perhaps a little more less PG. No,
it's our OnlyFans podcast.
Jeez. Yeah. Okay. So one of these things that we were looking up and we can jump into, which is fine, but, something that really exists is alien abduction insurance. It is real and people actually buy it. So can we like walk through and do a what if scenario with, hey, we have a client, they want it, and you write it because why not? Like you're going to walk away from alien abduction insurance?
The commission on that's probably 50%. So anybody that sells that is probably making a small fortune off of alien abduction.
So what do you do when you have that person, that client come back and they're like, Dennis, we got to talk. I need to make a claim on my alien abduction policy.
I have no idea. I have never sold one. I know that it's out there. It's like ghost insurance. It's out there.
How do you prove it? Like, how do you prove the probing?
I don't know.
You know what I mean? Like, what kind of investigation and valuation are we doing based on the probing that has been completed?
That is beyond me. That would be a bad day for me because I have no idea how to explain this. I don't know the answers. That would be one of those things where, I'm kind of a nerd. I want to find out stuff about policies and things like I would have read that sucker to determine how in the world do they make a claim. How do they come up to an idea of we're going to pay out on this?
That's I want to know the payout percentage.
Yeah.
That would be fun. Like how many people actually buy this? Like how many active policies are there out there? And then how many claims have been filed? And how many have been paid out?
I don't know.
And are we talking? Well, okay.
I have no idea.
Oh my gosh. And then this. Okay, so it does say pet insurance gone wild, but a goldfish that had surgery. Get out of here.
A goldfish that had surgery.
Apparently, that was a thing. Goldfish are about $1.
Okay.
And I think I've rounded up.
Well, let me tell you a story. At one time, my oldest daughter had pet rats. And my oldest daughter is a dog breeder now, as you know, but our folks don't know that. And she's very good at it. She understands the genetics the recessive gene, what do you call it? The aggressive gene. What's the dominant gene? She understands it. You get
aggressive,
whatever it is, but
beats the shit out of the other genes when they're going through.
I grew up on a farm with cattle and hogs and goats and guineas and turkeys and ducks and you name it. We pretty much had it. She surpassed me 20 years ago on her knowledge. She's only 28, 29. She studies this stuff constantly. But one of the ways that she learned about genetics was these rats that she'd gotten. Is she took this color rat and combined it with this color rat, and she would end up with this color rat, or these color rats down the line from that one. She understands all that stuff.
Wow.
But she had a rat that we bought for $7 at the PetSmart, and it got sick, and we took it to the vet.
I think that was your first issue.
This was 15, 20 years ago. The vet gave that rat an IV.
Oh my God.
Gave it an IV of saline because it looked dehydrated. An IV, Paul, of saline because it looked dehydrated. And a shot of something else.
Probably bourbon.
That's what I needed after I got the bill. $100.
Oh, that's way better than what I thought you were going to say.
$100 freaking dollars.
You know what?
And the ladies behind the counter was like, "Well, you hope that your daughter's pet gets better." I'm like, the son of a gun better get better so he can get a job and pay for what your veterinarian just charged me for a rat.
You took it to a vet's office. You knew you weren't getting out of there under $100, period.
Well, this
Even
was...
if they euthanized it, probably would have cost more
This
than
was
that.
15, 20 years ago. It shouldn't have cost
Still.
hardly anything. I've taken dogs that meant something for worse issues. And by the way, the rat died 2 days later.
Of course it did. It was dying. That's why it was sick. And it wasn't drinking.
How did we
Anyway.
get on that anyway?
I don't know. I don't feel like that was my fault. Oh, I said goldfish.
Oh, yeah, you say goldfish.
It was my fault. Well, I mean,
It's a freaking rat. $7.
$7. Our mascot is trying to make an appearance. So, yeah, I still think you got out of there way cheap.
Not 15 years ago. It wasn't
Wow.
cheap. That was expensive.
Do you
Back
know
then.
what? Well,
Guess what? That veterinarian's no longer in business.
because they practice IVing rats.
No, I think they were not a very good veterinarian. And they were, I think that, number one, they weren't very good. And number two, based on my experience and some others that I knew that were taking their animals there for other stuff, they weren't very good at, I think they had something personal going on with them. They were gouging people like crazy.
Something personal. Well, yeah, I mean, your rat died. Your
yeah.
pet died 2 days later. Hey,
But
can you walk
anyway.
down? Beautiful. No? Here, go see Paul. All right, you're fine. See, she's a good girl. Okay. Well, what's another bad day?
That was a bad day for an
that's-
insurance agent. And I was an agent.
You were an
Matter of
agent.
Matter of fact, I was very early in my
Like new,
age.
green.
And so $100 was a lot of money.
That's
you know
fair.
what I'm saying?
I absolutely do. Especially when that company forces all of the other things that have to be spent and paid
our old
for
company,
that
yes.
don't necessarily generate legitimate, like at least fast cash. Okay. You know what I think would be a bad day? I am not the person
Had
who...
a bad day.
Yeah, I know. I can't finish it.
don't know
But I
what it
hear
is.
it in my head.
Yeah. Do.
So there's a man who insured his mustache for $1 million.
That was probably through Lloyd's of London. That wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah, I love that. But I would hate to be the barber, you know?
Well, barbers
mean-
are supposed to have...
Because what if you cut that
Insurance.
thing for $1 million mustache?
Well, they're supposed to have liability for that kind of stuff.
That's fine.
Barbers, hairdressers,
but $1 million
cosmetologists.
mustache? I mean, is
If
this
it's
something
$1
that you
million
should have to
merchant-
disclose?
You don't probably go to your local Joe's barber. You probably are going somewhere a little higher
like
end.
Steve's?
Steve's barber shop. Yeah. No, you're probably going to a little bit higher place.
I mean, I'm sure if you're insuring your mustache for $1 million, I'm
It's
sure
not
you
a
have
$20 trim. It's
designated-
probably a $200 trim. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me because celebrities insure legs and hands and face and I mean they insure all sorts of things. Usually it's through Lloyd's of London. They do
But here's my thing. Like, how do you not just, you're like, oh man, nobody's picking me up anymore to look at my stash and pay me for that. So I can just by accident, like, and then I get my mill.
Okay, on this I may have a better answer.
Okay.
There's probably certain things it will not pay for. That would be one. It's probably more for accidents, like you're in a vehicle accident and it messes up your face and you can't have your mustache anymore.
Okay.
Like Tom Selleck may have, when he has his mustache, he may have it insured because when you think of Tom Selleck,
Man with a
think-
mustache.
he is the man with the
He
mustache.
is the man with a
right?
mustache. Yeah.
Or what's the other guy that was in The Ranch that was on Netflix with The Ranch? It was a comedy, but he's been in tons of
Oh,
movies.
you're talking about Sam Elliott?
Sam Elliott. He may insure his mustache because it's part of who they are and their marketing and things along those lines.
Sure.
So that doesn't surprise us. There's probably certain exclusions that they won't pay for.
Like a bad cut.
When it comes to that kind of stuff, yeah. They won't pay for it, but if you get a bad cut, whoever's doing it probably should have insurance for something like that.
Wow.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Well,
didn't know that, did you?
You know what? I did not, but I knew we could insure some just random things.
I don't know. I don't.
Alien abduction.
Honestly, don't know if I don't even know how to get. We have Lloyd's of London. I don't know how to get to that portion of it because I've been asked that question.
Yeah, that's not really our clientele, unfortunately.
Football players would have they may have, like, I don't know, Tom Brady may have insurance on his shoulder or something. When he was playing, I don't know.
Yeah, it says here, models' legs insured for millions.
Yeah.
Where's the line between vanity and value? Here's the thing. If that's your livelihood, like if you're a foot model, you know what I mean? Like, hell yeah, I'd insure my feet.
Yeah.
In case somebody runs over it with a shopping cart or something crazy. Or if that's my livelihood, we insure our livelihood.
Sure.
A little bit. Well, disability insurance and different things, but yeah.
Too.
That's weird. The couple that tried to insure their lottery numbers. How does that even make sense? How do you insure your lottery numbers?
I think
you can't trademark them.
No, I think you can maybe insure. There's something about the lottery maybe it's a ticket, the winning ticket. Maybe I can't.
I don't know.
I can't remember, but yeah, I think there is something with that.
That's crazy. I wouldn't even know where to start with that because.
I mean, either. That's. I'd find it though because it'd be interesting to me, so I'd look for it.
Yeah.
Just to learn about it.
Oh my God! It says insurance fraud that's so dumb it's brilliant. The guy who lost his car in his own garage.
He lost his car in his own garage.
Mm-hmm. I mean, they'll get you now. There's too much. There's too much tech and video and Big Brother and everything else. Like, you lose that thing in your garage, they'll get you.
Well, there is an old story. It's been around forever about the guy who insured a bunch of cigars.
Okay.
Have you heard this? You can find it online. It's a very famous story. Whether it's true or not, I don't know, but it makes sense. So the insurance company, he said he smoked them. They were burned up in a fire from smoking his cigars.
Oh my God.
The insurance company denied his claim. He took him to court. And I think he lost. I don't remember exactly what happened. I think he lost.
He should lose.
But the insurance company turned around and had him charged with arson.
Oh, well then that's bull. So what I would, because he smoked them.
He burned them up himself.
Okay. You have to either...
I don't know if it's true or not, but that's the story. You'd have to read the story, too.
Yeah, I mean, at that point, I feel like you have to either... And then why were they denying it? Were they denying it because he committed a crime and he committed arson? Or were they denying it because, hey, no, that's not a covered peril, you smoking them? Mm-hmm. Do you see what I'm saying? So, like, you can't talk out of one... I mean, people do it all the time, but you can't talk out of one side of the mouth and both sides at the same time. Because you're either saying he smoked them, that's not a covered loss, but then at the same time, he didn't commit a crime because he smoked them. But if you're saying because of arson, which is just, it's semantics, but it's important semantics. It says in the UK, there was a farmer who insured his cows for alien impregnation.
In the UK?
Uh-huh.
Well, I could see that in Alabama or Arkansas, but that's a whole nother story.
Yeah, I mean, I don't even know. I mean, did something happen to a calf where you're like, damn, I now need insurance because this is getting weird? Do you know what I mean? Like, what came out of one of his cows to inspire such a thing? I mean, that's incredible. Anyway, but yeah, and then we were, again, just the bad days regarding insurance. Obviously it's going to be anything, any day with a claim. Even if it's something minor, I will say it's kind of like seeing a cop, and I appreciate cops for what they do and everything else. I think there are some that are a little bit, a little power hungry, and that's fine. But
You have that in every.
Sure.
The problem is they have power.
They do. Yeah.
They have
No.
power.
But I appreciate all that they do for the community and the things and blah, blah. But where was I going with that?
I don't know, but I tried to help you out yesterday when we met the police officers that, hey, your registration's been up since 2023.
Yeah, you ratted me out. You didn't help me out. You ratted me out. And I was like, I'm actually good right now, but
Yeah, they got a kick out of it.
Yeah,
They were playing golf at a tournament. They were having fun.
They were doing a good job.
So.
God bless. Where was I going with that?
I have no idea. You lost me.
What was I saying?
I don't know.
Well, you don't even try to listen. Hang on, cops.
I'm a guy,
Oh, okay. Where I was going with that. Sorry, I made it back. It's like when you're going the speed limit, your tags are within the limits, right? Like you're not expired on your tags. You don't have anything bad in the car. You don't have everything is fine. You're abiding by all the laws, but you see a cop and you're like, oh, and your heart just races a little bit like, please don't pull me over. Maybe that's just me and other people, but every time I see a cop on the street, about 98%, I'm like, don't get me, right? What?
What are you doing with that kind of guilty conscience?
You know what? You'll never know.
Good grief.
Anyway, I cannot be the only one who sees a cop and immediately panics.
My wife's the same way.
Yes,
She's
it's
like,
just, I don't
what are they
think
going to give me for it? She gets pulled over for everything. My wife does.
Yeah.
Everything she gets pulled over for.
Yeah.
They just, it's like they see her coming and she looks like the one they need to pull over, and they do.
They do. They get her. So anyway, but
I should have been pulled over a heck of a lot more than I've been pulled over. So
yeah.
Anyway.
Well, my point to that was, even as small as it is, whatever the case, any claim, it is not a fun process. I don't care if it's a window chip or whatever it is. Like, you've got to call the number, and then you've got to do this, and you've got to do that. Like, it disrupts the norm, does all the things. So even if the insurance company is stepping up, doing all the things they should be doing, you're getting all the money for it that you should be getting. It just is a pain.
It's just a bad.
It's just a pain.
It's a bad deal.
Yeah.
That I would agree. Nobody wants to make a claim because. Well, I shouldn't say nobody wants to make a claim.
I was like,
there are people that love to make claims.
Yeah.
Usually, if you get sued, say it's a vehicle accident, and you hit somebody and they decide to sue you, almost always you're going to get sued for $1 million, or the lawsuit's going to say for up to $1 million. Plus, and they'll have this long list of other things. You've read them as a claims adjuster and things like that.
Yeah, different.
Yeah, but just know if you have insurance, your insurance company is going to defend you up to a point. If you have state minimum liability limits, just what the state requires,
So
they're probably
real
not going to
quick
defend
point.
you that hard. They're probably going to write it, if it's going to be something they think they could lose or going to be drug out, probably just going to write the check and move on, right?
Yeah, I mean, if your limits are 30,000,
Yeah. It's not
they're
going to be
writing the check.
Yeah.
They're not even going to hire an attorney when they know that you're at fault, and then it's like when they know that it's a bad
if
claim.
you're in Texas, if you're at 50,000, 50,100, 50,000, 100,000, they're probably going to put a little more effort into it.
I would say depending on the injuries
True.
and what happened. Is it a death claim?
But the higher the point is that the higher you go up in liability limits that you purchase, the insurance company don't want to pay those.
No, that's their
going to
money.
fight for you. So that's one of the things I tell folks. Look, don't get state limits. We write very few state limits. And the thing is, we have so many companies that we can get people premiums that are most of the time better than other companies that are at state limits. So we usually do 5,100 is our minimum that we will do. Because just one trip to the hospital can be more than $30,000 per person. That's what that first number means. How much will your policy pay for medical bills for the other person that you injure? Per person, $30,000 is state limit. $60,000 for the entire accident. We do $50,000, $100,000 usually is our minimum. And I would say 90-something% of the time, that's good. But you could have another claim that could be higher. But I'm telling you, folks, the more that you purchase, the more the company is going to fight for you if it comes to a big lawsuit. If you really screw something up, they're going to fight hard for you. They won't pay it.
Right. Because, so what I would say, again, I think word of the day, semantics, because they're not really fighting for you at that point.
They're fighting for themselves.
They're fighting for themselves.
Yeah.
And that's when when they have more skin in the game.
Yeah.
Just encourage people to want to fight on your behalf. And that is having higher liability limits.
And it costs so much more to get it.
And and I would say, I don't know the percentage of how many are, I don't think we have a ton of people even under the 100, 300.
I'd have to go back and look.
I think we have a little bit because we've loosened our constraints to where we used to not be willing to go under 100, 300. But we do understand, I mean, people should not have to determine or make the decision over, do I put food on my family's table or do I pay for my auto insurance?
Yeah.
And sometimes depending on driving history and who's on the policy, what if you've got 2 kids, 2 teenagers on the policy? That gets really expensive really fast. And maybe dropping to $50 makes a significant impact financially.
Yeah.
Anyway, blah, blah, blah. But yes, point is, give the insurance company a reason to fight for you because the bigger exposure, they're going to fight. So
they have a lot of reasons to fight for me because I have
umbrellas,
a lot of coverage.
Yeah.
I have an umbrella
Yep.
and I have very high auto limits. And so, yeah.
Yeah. Well, don't screw up, pal.
And, anyway.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you all for watching. We're gonna end it on that note. Say this, because if you don't have enough coverage, that could be a really bad day as you as an insured.
That's a word. It makes a bad day so much worse.
Yeah.
And so much
Because
longer.
it's already.
And now you have a bad year or 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or longer.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, if you have questions or comments, reach out to us. Contact at igwpodcast.com. Contact at igwpodcast.com. We know this is getting out there. We're getting some of you folks that are reaching out to us asking us questions. Or you can comment on wherever you're watching this, whether it be YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook. I don't know what all we're on, Paul. Whatever you've got us all
Apple,
on, but it's on
Spotify.
pretty much everything. So we'll respond if we see it. 817-753-0093. There's 2 3s in there, folks. Listen to what I'm trying to say, not what I'm saying, right?
Right.
753-0093. So anyway, give us a call. We'd love to talk to you. If you want us to review something, we'd love to review it. So thank you so much.